A quick glance at my posting history. User, I am Howard Moxley. Should show you that I am a storyteller by nature. In more accurate terms, a liar for your entertainment. But the following is not a piece of literary fiction. These are true events that took place in my life February of this year. I was up before dawn that morning to transport a nuclear device for calibration and repair to one of our laboratories up north. When I was securing my cargo, I smelled something that reminded me of fried low-tide sea scum and burned animal hair. The smell made me turn around to the street lamp behind me, where I saw a large man wearing boots, jeans, and a hooded sweatshirt standing near the light. I watched him watch me for a few seconds before calling out, "Hello?" The man didn't move or respond. I aimed my flashlight at his face. It reflected in some spots on the landscape, but shining it into his face was like shining your flashlight up into space at night. No effect. I removed my cell to try to capture at least one photo of him. After I snapped it, I jumped into my vehicle and skidded out of there. Nothing seemed to go right that Friday. There was an accident on the highway leading north, forcing me to be an hour late. I reread my proudest collection while in traffic. I had to express ship it today, and that meant out by 10 a.m. My publisher was a rich, flicked old woman in Vermont who played with 300 grand like carrots on a string. All I had to do was a few tests. Then I'm out, shipping it off and celebrating. I knew there was no such luck when I swear to you reading this right now, that there was someone standing under the underpass in a black hoodie with a face I couldn't see. The nuclear device's standardization test went berserk, and 10 a.m. was approaching fast. Something happened when I removed the gauge from the lead room and the back of the transport vehicle. It was as if the machine's entire stainless steel case was irradiated itself. Nobody there could understand how something like that could happen unless it was exposed to something highly radioactive. To top off the mountain of troubles that Friday morning, I had the only final hard copy of my first print book in my truck, The Most Dangerous Family in the World, which outlined the entire family history of a family by the name of Gaines. It had gotten over 30 rejection emails and slips, but an independent press in Vermont seemed thrilled to publish the book that crossed a lot of fiction and non-fictional lines. The night before, the printer died on the last page, and the original and backup files all became unreadable, making the print copy the only copy in existence. I didn't have time to make a copy. I bolted to the nearest post office to box and mail the manuscript. I was about to park when I saw him again. Someone standing beside the dumpster. Someone with a black hoodie that held no face. I could smell him again. Rotting smell that sticks to the back of your throat. I knew, not feared, knew that if I got out, this thing would attack me at best. I floored it, not wanting to return to the southern lab where I had first seen him to get my own car, and not wanting to be alone. I went downtown and drank 8 cups of black coffee in the protection of strangers. I didn't speak to anyone. I looked out the window for him. When night came, I went back to the van and drove home. The fog had set in on the road winding up to my little cabin far off the road, making it hard to see anything or anyone. I parked and killed the lights and the engine when someone ripped off the passenger side door. A literal wave of purified life and toxic fumes whooshed into the cab, making me hurl a curd of only the 8 cups of coffee I had consumed today into my arms. A massive gloved hand grabbed my 200-page manuscript from the passenger side and crumpled it like a tissue in front of me. From somewhere in that dark space under the hood, he said in a single, ripping inward breath without pause, "You have nothing to say." The man walked into the woods outside my cabin with the wad of paper in his hand. I found the crumpled mass easily, although whatever was on the man's gloves was disintegrating the paper before my eyes. I had not seen the man in the hoodie since. The police have been no help, and neither does the machete I keep close to me at all times. I keep thinking about the manuscript I spent months of my life writing, and how it almost got me killed. There's only one thing my obsessive mind tells me to do. Write it again.